Hey guys, it's Silversnorlax. I am back with Ask Silversnorlax Part 2. For those of you who watched Part 1, do be aware these questions are very wordy. I do go on and on. So the questions I've got now, I've got a little more than 5 questions to answer. Hoping to get through them all, try to blaze through them all. And again, like I stated with Part 1, if you guys have additional questions that weren't answered in either part or the original video, of course, feel free to ask those questions. I'll take the better questions or the best questions that are available, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. So let's get started with the next part of Ask Silversnorlax. This is question number 6. What are your thoughts on Japanese cards? Why don't you ever buy any boxes of them? Alright, I've heard this said by many users and many people in general. The Japanese cards are definitely superior to the English cards. I absolutely agree with that. That is completely true. The way they are cut and printed and the gloss they use, way better than the English cards. Incredibly better than the English cards. I don't have anything against the Japanese cards. I'll definitely say that. Nothing wrong with those. I like quite a bit of them. The real reason I don't buy them, and maybe this is a silly reason to most people, I just like a card I can read. For whatever reason, I just like the cards that are in English. I can you know, just sit there and read it, and it's that simple. I just like the English cards. That's it. Japanese are cool. They're fine. Some people collect different languages. That's also cool. That's fine. I just like cards that are in English. I do wish they were printed better and made way better. Hopefully the Pokemon Company hears the cries of the people who buy the English cards, and they do something about that to make them printed and cut better. But we'll see as time goes on. But nothing against the Japanese cards. I just like English. That simple. Question number 7. Have you ever shown your face in a video? Or will you if you haven't? No, to the first part of that question. I have never shown my face in a video. Second part of that question. Will I if I haven't? Again, the answer is no. I am not a pretty man. I will scare away small children, so I don't put my face on camera. I'm joking, of course, but honestly, I don't see the point in doing it. I'm perfectly fine sitting behind the camera and talking. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, on the camera, the microphone is right behind, at least I believe it is, it's right behind the this particular part of the camera, so you can hear me a little bit better. But I don't find a reason to put my face up there. There isn't one. There isn't really a reason. Obviously, those of you who are a little bit smarter and have conducted trade sales, whatever with me, if you have my name and address, you could just do a Facebook search and find me that way. I'll warn you now, I do not look the way you think I look. Because I've had people actually mention that to me before. If I've jumped on Skype or something with them, they're like, did not expect you to look that way. That's fine. But no, I'm not going to. Not on this channel. If you're smart, you can Facebook search me. I'm very easy to find. Should be the only one out there. But no, nothing special to look at. Don't want to scare you kids away. So I'll just stay behind the camera. That's what I'm good at. So that's simple. Question number 8. When you finish collecting the whole base set of 102, what do you think the resale value will be worth? Boy, good question. Very good question. This is assuming I actually do collect that entire set. The odds of me actually completing that entire set inside of the next year or two are very, very slim. That's a lot of money I gotta pump into it, especially the Charizard, which last I heard there was somebody who bought it for close to $5,000, if not exactly $5,000, and it was just at 3,500 a couple of weeks ago. I mean, weeks ago. So the odds of me completing that set right now in the immediate future aren't real high. But I am collecting them at a pretty solid pace. The commons and non-commons I can pick up at a fair price. That's the big thing, fair price. Actual value of that set, God, just the hollows by themselves, you could argue are worth, well, at least $7,000, at least. It's probably more for an entire set, because when you sell, I tend to pick up just the singles. The singles you get less money for, but there are more buyers in the market. So, you know, if I pick up a PSA 10 hollow, let's say it's a Nidoking, I might be paying $300 for that. However, if it's a part of a set, part of the holo set, the value of that card kind of goes up to, you know, $500 or maybe $600. Much harder to get in a set, much more buyers in the market if it's just a single card. And that's what I've been doing. Find the single auctions, pick them up. Lots are generally really expensive. But boy, what would I value the entire set at? Over 10K. That's pretty easy to say. Over 10K, because again, if you were to sell it as a lot, it's a significant more amount of money, and arguably there are going to be more people interested in that set. So you can kind of base it off of demand there a little bit. As far as I know, there isn't anybody with a complete set. I mean, there probably is somewhere. I know some of the larger traders have absolutely ginormous collections, and they have the money to do that. But for me, being a small-time private collector, that's much harder to do, because I generally don't flip and resell. But I honestly can't even put a price on it, because I've never seen anything put up at auction or on eBay that is a complete 102 card set in PSA 10 format. So I'm gonna say over 10K. But honestly, to find a buyer who is actually going to buy that, I mean, I guarantee you, there's a million people that would be interested in buying that set. The number of people that can actually afford it, you're looking at maybe 20 people, 30 people. Well, not nobody. Generally, people aren't willing to drop thousands of dollars on a luxury item. Basically, is what Pokemon cards is. It's a luxury item. So, not real sure of the value or the worth on that one, but I can throw out projections all day, as could anyone. So I kind of want to conserve my judgment on that one a little bit. I'm not real sure. Question number 9. What is your job, and how can you afford this expensive hobby of collecting Pokemon cards? Good question. One I haven't been asked yet. So here's what I do. When I first started the channel itself, I was, I think, just finishing up college. I was pretty much done, and I was looking for work, and I've been working at a horse farm for years, 2 years, actually 2 years, and I continued to keep that job. It was working 3 or 4 hours a day mucking stalls, which, you know, not glamorous work, but something I was willing to do. I really like horses, so that's something I wanted to keep. But I also picked up a full-time job working as a porter for a company called Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle is a giant grocery store chain, and they do more than just groceries. They also have gas stations called Get-Go's, and they do some interior distributing to their stores. So they do more than just grocery store stuff. They do a lot of different little things, but it's a company of about a little over 35,000 employees right now. So that's the company I work for. And at the time when I started the channel, I got a job as a porter, like I said. And what a porter is, he's a guy who washes dishes. Again, not very glamorous work, especially for a guy who's college educated. It kind of drives you up the wall, because you're like, you think to yourself, I'm better than this, washing dishes and mucking stalls. But, you know, I just kept plugging away at it, and I did over 40 hours a week working at Giant Eagle as a porter, while I was still a stall mucker 5 days a week. And I ended up working somewhere between 60 and 65 hours a week for a solid year. That was very difficult to do, and it was all manual labor. And I'm a big guy, so that kind of wears on your body very heavily. I remember many nights coming home, going straight to sleep, waking up, just going to work again. You know, maybe get something to eat between the jobs, not always. But, you know, I was making okay money, not a lot, but that's part of what was able to fund the channel, was being able to work 2 jobs. That helped rather tremendously. And then after about a year, having worked for Giant Eagle, being a porter, I got a promotion, and I got bumped up to what is called a team leader. And I now currently work in a Get-Go, which is a gas station, like I mentioned before. And my official title is car wash lead. We are a gas station that also has a car wash in it, and my job is basically to manage that aspect of the business, is to take care of all the needs of the car wash. A lot of it's more mechanically inclined, which I honestly don't have all that much mechanical knowledge. I actually have like none. I don't even know how to do an oil change, but I'm learning, and I'm learning how to manage the business that is the Get-Go, because when I'm because part of my job as a manager, a low tier manager, is to cover the store, do some of the things in the store, manage personnel. I do a couple of different things. When you're a team leader, you tend to branch out quite a bit. You don't stick to just one area. So I might deal with some of the folks inside as well as deal with some of the folks out of the car wash. I do a lot of things. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. The being bumped up to a team leader means I was able to quit the job at the horse farm, which I actually really didn't want to do because I needed the open availability. But I had to say goodbye to all my horse friends, which sucked. But I still go back and visit when I want, so that's nice. But right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm a team leader over at one of the Get-Go's. That's actually very close to a Giant Eagle Market District, which is an entirely different thing in itself. It's a larger chain grocery store. So those of you in Pennsylvania, Ohio, maybe West Virginia, and I think New York, I'm not entirely sure on that one, might know what a Giant Eagle is. So if you're familiar with that, that's basically what I do. Is I'm a low tier manager right now, and that's basically what I do. That is my living as for right now. Seems to be working out all right for me, but I'm pretty content with where I am. Question number 10. What is the most stupid trade you've ever participated in? I like how that question's worded. What is the most stupid trade? I would word that, what is the worst trade you've ever participated in, maybe. But that's just me, because I'm an English major. That's what I studied in college. One of the worst trades I ever participated in. I can honestly say, minus ones I made when I was a kid and had absolutely no idea, I really don't make bad trades. Those of you who attempt to trade with me on the channel know I am incredibly difficult to trade with. Main reason being I only collect mint cards, and I have a very good eye for this stuff because I've been doing the PSA thing for a couple years now. Like if I get cards with so much as a ding or a crease on it, the first thing I do is I send the entirety of the trade back, and I do not trade. So I get a lot of bad trade offers. I get tons of those. I could give you story after story about that. People, offering me, oh hey, I saw you had a PSA 10 Ancient Mew, I figured I'd give you 2 uncommon cards for it. I get a lot of that, which drives me up the wall, and I always respond with, ha ha ha, good one, or whatever. But unfortunately, a lot of people are serious about that, so it's like I have to explain to people what the worth of their card is versus the worth of mine, and they don't seem to understand that. But that's kind of how it goes. But in terms of bad trades, I don't participate in bad trades. I'm pretty smart about them. I've taken trades where I'm like, I kind of question what I trade, but ultimately I'm pretty happy, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm difficult to trade with. That's the other thing, for the reasons mentioned. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. Not so much bad trades, so much as it's difficult to trade with. Lots of bad offers, tons of bad offers. I've had people offer me an entire shoebox full of common cards for, some very expensive card I own. So I get a lot of that, but I'm pretty smart when it comes to trading, and I know what to do. I definitely don't do anything like send first. If people don't want to send first or whatever, I just say, all right, that's fine. I'll find somebody else, and I almost always do. So that's one of the benefits of being a larger channel, is I can just walk away and go, I'll find somebody else, and I do. So alright, that does it for part 2 of Ask Silversnorlax. I will be back with part 3. Thanks for watching, guys. Of course, if you have additional questions, just throw them right in the comment section below. I'll see if I can't get to it in a future video. If you guys like what you're seeing right now, like hearing me discuss Pokemon cards or my collection or myself in general, hey, leave that feedback as well. Any kind of feedback you can leave me would be fantastic. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. New upload again soon.